Hey folks, I'm Pete. We're doing Pete's Eats Cooking videos. Today we're going to be making dips. I have dip tips for you today. We're going to be making 4 really good dips, and they're going to be the Chipotle Dip, the creamy Italian dip, the creamy Parmesan dip, and a spicy Honey Dijon dip. And these dips are excellent for hors d'oeuvres, for vegetables, even if you're ordering a pizza. You can take these dips and it just takes the meal to a whole new level. Also, all the ingredients are going to be in the bottom bar below, so you don't have to copy them down. You can get them out of the bottom bar, and then also have timestamps on the video so you can move to the particular dip you're interested in. So let's begin. Let's begin with the Chipotle Dip. For the Chipotle Dip, you're going to need mayo, sour cream, some garlic, a Chipotle seasoning. Now I like this McCormick's Chipotle chili pepper. It's really finely ground, it's really nice, but if you can't find it, it's a little bit on the expensive side, it'll last you a long time. If you can't find it, you can use the Tabasco Chipotle or any other kind of Chipotle seasoning, which will give it the heat. Also some paprika, salt, pepper, and we'll balance the sour with vinegar, just regular vinegar, and sugar. Of course, if you're going to use this as a seafood dip, you might want to exchange the vinegar for freshly squeezed lime juice. That'll probably be better for the seafood. So let's begin. This is the Chipotle seasoning, which is really good, so you might want to look out for this one. You're not going to believe how easy this is to make. So first of all, I'm going to crush a clove of garlic in here. You don't want a huge clove, just sort of a medium clove of garlic. And then I'm going to add 1 heaping teaspoon of sour cream. Okay. And also 1 heaping teaspoon of mayo. Actually, I'm probably going to do a little bit more mayo. I like more mayo, so 2 heaping teaspoons of mayo. Then I'm going to add the Chipotle seasoning. I'm going to add probably, I would say, from 1/8 to 1/4 of a teaspoon. Of course, it depends on how hot you want it. I'm also going to add some paprika. So this is really more for color than anything, just to get a really nice red color. And that's probably about 1/4 of a teaspoon of paprika. I'm going to add a little bit of vinegar, so just about a ½ teaspoon of vinegar. And I'm going to add some sugar. I'm going to say this is going to be at least 1 heaping teaspoon, and maybe even a little bit more sugar. And some pepper. I'm going to add just a couple of nice, probably that's, I'm guessing about, I don't know, just a couple of good shakes of pepper into that. And now I'm just going to mix it up with a whisk, and away you go. And of course, with all of these dips, it's taste and adjust, taste and adjust. If you like it more sour, if you like it more sweet, if you like it more garlicky, it's totally up to you. This is an amazing dip that, as I said, can go with fries, yam fries. It can go with seafood. It can go with veggies, whatever you like. Trust me, you're gonna love this one. All I did with this after tasting is put a little bit of salt, and now it's perfect. Here's what you're gonna need for the spicy Dijon dip. You need Dijon mustard, some honey, some cayenne pepper, salt, and a little bit of sugar. That's it. Let's begin. Now for the Dijon dip. This one we start with Dijon mustard. I'm going to do 2 heaping teaspoonfuls. This provides the bulk, the tablespoonfuls of the dip. So you want quite a bit of that. And now I'm going to add to that cayenne pepper. And I'm going to do about, now of course, depends how hot you want it. I'm going to do about 1/8 to 1/4 of a teaspoonful of cayenne pepper. I'm also going to add salt, probably about, I don't know, what would that be? About 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. And then the honey, I'm adding honey now, and I'm going to add about, I would say to this, about 2 good tablespoonfuls of honey. And I'm going to give that a stir. You might say, gee, isn't the mustard hot enough? But trust me, the cayenne really takes it to a new level. And this one is particularly good with hors d'oeuvres, meaty kind of pastry hors d'oeuvres. I'll just give this one a bit of a taste. I think a little bit more honey, just a little sweeter. I'm going to make it a little sweeter. I'm going to add another tablespoon of honey, and this is totally dependent on your taste. And that's it. That's going to be perfect. Enjoy. Here's what you're going to need for the creamy Parmesan dip. You're going to need mayo and sour cream mix, some garlic, some Parmesan cheese. When you buy Parmesan cheese, please make sure it comes out of the fridge section in the supermarket or market. Some vinegar, sugar, salt, pepper, and I do really like this herbamare. You've probably heard me talk about it again. It's a really lovely mix of spices that adds a really nice taste. If you don't have it, no big deal, but it is really nice. So let's begin. Okay, here's the creamy Parmesan dip. First you crush a nice clove of garlic, and then we're going to put in sour cream. So a big heaping tablespoon. I can put a little bit more even of sour cream. Now, the ratio of sour cream to mayo, I'm going to put mayo in as well, so a nice heaping tablespoon of mayo in a bit. The ratio of mayo to sour cream really depends on what you're serving it with. More on the veggie side, more sour cream, more on the meaty side, more mayo. That's my kind of rule of thumb. Now, the Parmesan cheese, I'm going to put in a good 1/4 cup to maybe even a 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. I'm going to put a little bit of vinegar, probably about a 1/2 tablespoon of vinegar, just a bit, sugar, 1 heaping teaspoon sugar, a salt, a couple good shakes of salt for sure, and pepper. I would definitely do a little bit of pepper to your taste, okay? And let's now mix that up. Someone who's borrowed this recipe from me and used it says she would dip her shoe and eat it if she dipped it in this dressing. It's so delicious. It's really something else. The Parmesan and the mayo and the sour cream, absolutely amazing. And I'm going to put herbamare into it. It's really, really tasty. There we go. About 1/2 teaspoon. It's going to be excellent. And of course, you can taste it and see and adjust. Taste and adjust. That's fabulous. Just the way it is. This one is incredible. Here's what you're going to need for the creamy Italian dip. I cheat a little bit here. I use Italian dressing, just a normal Italian zesty dressing, and mayo, a little bit of garlic, salt, pepper, sugar, and vinegar. Let's begin. So here we go. Here's the zesty Italian. I put in garlic, a nice clove of garlic, and then the Italian dressing. Just normal store-bought Italian dressing. Don't tell anyone I do this, please. I'm going to put about a 1/2 cup of that, and I'm going to complement that with the same amount, roughly, of mayo. So a 1/2 cup of mayo. Okay, that's probably about it. And then a little bit of vinegar. Now, some people really like this one sour. I'm sort of halfway, but a little bit of vinegar. Some salt for sure. So I'm going to add about, well, I don't know, that will be probably about 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. And some sugar. I'm going to put 1, because it is sour, 2 teaspoons of sugar. And I'm going to mix that up a little bit tricky to get started, but once we get it started, it'll be fine. There you go. And I think actually as well, I'm going to add just a touch of Dijon mustard. So just about a 1/2 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. We'll mix that in, and away you go. Now this one is a real game changer. Even if you just order a pizza, trust me, you put this dip out and that pizza, it's taken to a whole new level. Absolutely delicious. Here you go. Here are the 4 dips. There is a Dijon spicy, sweet spicy dip. There is a Chipotle dip. There's a creamy Parmesan and then a creamy Italian dip. There are 4 dips. They're so easy to make. They raise your meal to the whole next level. You will be so happy that you gave this a try. Don't you spend money on expensive dips. These are so easy to make. Try it.